Guess who is not Satoshi? Also, guess how XRP and XLM are faring when you pair them to Bitcoin? One is a store of value, one moves money. Let me ask you a real easy question. How many people in the world can participate in store of value? How many people in the world can participate in moving money? No wonder the market share for BTC is growing. We're going to take a look at the stats, look at the crypto market and the news that's popping and what's dropping. And think about it. Moving money is great, but BTC is seen as a way to hedge against inflation and government misspending. How many governments around the world are misspending? How many governments around the world have extreme debt? How many governments around the world have problems with their currency failing? Hence the BTC move, store of value. Don't give me this crap about, oh, it takes so much time. No, store of value. Mr. Coochie says David Schwartz, aka Bernie Madoff, well played, needed a new Lambo. Probably as we wait to break 79 cents, he dumps. Well done. Aunt Lynn hangs out and says, have an awesome rest and stretch day, Klaus. I feel the power. You're going to rock this race. Yep, that's right. In less than 2 days, I'm going to be racing. So on Saturday, you ain't going to see any updates from me. So haters, enjoy. Fans, I'll probably be missing it. Bitcoin sitting at 71,026 ETH, 38.74. I got lots of juicy stats for you. XRP, 67 cents. The train leaves the station but comes back. Why? I'll show you why. XLM sitting at 14.3. Meme, check it out. Wait until you see who has a bigger market cap. PayPay or XLM? Seriously, wait until you see this. UK judge rules that Craig Wright is not Bitcoin's Satoshi Nakamoto. A self-proclaimed Bitcoin inventor is not Satoshi, according to a ruling this week by a high court judge in the UK. Reuters reported that after a 5-week trial, London's high court judge, Mr. Justice Mellor, said on Thursday that Australian computer scientist and certified whack job Craig Wright was not Satoshi, and that he would give his reasons on a later date. Nice. So we got that mess out of the way. And one of the ways that Bitcoin retains its store of value is by being truly decentralized and anonymous by creation, right? All of these other cryptos out there have creators that benefit from the price pumping. Who benefits from the price pumping of BTC? Just the holders, right? Pretty cool stuff there. All right. Novogratz, he's a maxi, okay? And I know you're like, Klaus, you're just being real pro Bitcoin. You tell me who the hell else is knocking the door on all-time highs all day long. Who's breaking down the barriers as inflation worries just get extended and continue to keep going up and up and up. Come on now. Who leads the pack? Who right now is dominating it at 50.87% of the market? That's right, girlfriend. I report the news whether it's good or bad. Now, Novogratz, bit of a maxi. Says, I don't think we're going to go back below 50,000 or 55. I think that's the new floor unless something dramatic happens. Novogratz noted that the two typical drivers that fuel Bitcoin are higher investor appetite, right, demand for it, and macro forces like Federal Reserve policy, government debts, and deficits. We cover all that stuff on here. Oh my gosh. So Bitcoin, as a store of value play, as a hedge against inflation, as a hedge against governments failing, as a hedge against your currency failing, guess what? Let's pretend. Let's do that. Let's go in the magical world of pretend and imagination. If people can sit out there and believe that fucking BRICS is going to use XRP, then let's get on the fucking imagination train and start talking about BTC. Let's pretend. Let's pretend you own a good chunk of BTC. Let's pretend you live in a country in Africa, South America. How about Europe? Bloc countries. And your government starts fucking around with your money and making stupid choices. Doesn't that sound like everyone listening right now? And let's pretend that your government is racking up lots of debt of which they can't sustain, which then causes your currency to crumble. So now if your currency crumbles, yeah, your fiat is worth nothing. But how much is your BTC worth? See? You could then trade that in and hedge against it. That's what these people are talking about. No one gives a shit. And it's seriously, oh, it's so slow to move BTC money. Oh, it costs so much. People don't give a fuck about that. Pull that narrative out of your ass. Store of value. How can you hedge against your government and everything around you falling apart? BTC. That's why it's gaining in dominance. Because there's a lot of countries out there that have a shitload of debt. In fact, Let's do that. Let's bring in the old debt clock, okay? Yeah, here we go. Let's bring in the debt clock, okay? Let's bring in the debt clock and let's take a look, okay? U.S. national debt, blah, blah, blah. You're going to see a lot of fun, juicy stuff on here. But we're going to move now to the world debt clock, all right? You're going to see trillions. Oh, USA, 34 trillion in debt. China, 14. Japan, 13. Germany, 3.3. UK, 3.7. India, France, Italy, Brazil, trillions, 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 trillions in fucking debt. How many of these countries right here are in crazy debt? How many of them do you live in, or how many of you watching are from one of these countries out there, and your government's making bad choices? So if your currency were to fall, guess what? You could lean on Bitcoin. That's why they're playing this as a store of value. That's why when Novogratz says this, he's like, bro, this is the reason why. Now, other interesting thing about Bitcoin, it has now become so popular that it has now replaced Taylor Swift and Beyonce in popularity search in Google Trends. That's huge. Think about all the people that are into T Swift. T Swift, man. Beyonce. You know, those are big names. Bitcoin is even bigger than that in search data. Let's now look at the market, okay? I got a few things on here. All right, and let's do this. Let's remove me from the screen. And let's learn. All right, so look, you got crypto, their price right here, the market cap, their 90-day movement percentage, and their percentage from all-time highs. Bitcoin is only 4% away from ATHs. Do you see anything else on this list that is close to that? No. It swallows it. In fact, let's look from our all-time highs. Bitcoin 4% away, ETH 21%. You got BNB 14%. BNB is only 14% away from ATH. It's at $593 right now. Solana 36% away. XRP laggard 83%. Maxis are going to be like, but bro, NDAs, bro, it's coming. Bro, adoption utility. Bro, these balls. BTC, it's look. Are there people that can benefit from the movement of money cheaper? Yes, there are. But more people can benefit from governments around the world fucking you over. More people can benefit from their currency being attacked by inflation. We cover CPI and PPI. Guess what, everyone? They both came in hotter than expected. Cardano down 70% all-time high. Same thing with Doge. Avalanche 64. So there's quite a few. There was no one even close to BTC only being 4% away from their all-time highs. All right. One of the other things I wanted to show you was Stellar. All right. We covered that quite heavily. XLM covered it on the channel. Guess what? Look at that. Pay. Bigger market cap than XLM. Stellar has slid. XLM has slid all the way down to 36th spot. Optimism, OKB, Stacks, HBAR, Render, Immutable, Injective, all passing them up. Filecoin. Aptos, ICP, Litecoin, even TRX. Come on now. So why hasn't XRP mooned? Well, let's find out.
You know, and all we can do is pray for her. But still, this is real shit.
Yeah. Exactly. Things are moving. Things are popping, some more than others. Now, when you compare XLM to BTC, look at this. Dog turd. All time, it's down 59%. 5 years, you're at 92%. Look at XRP, even worse. All time, down 83% compared to XRP BTC pairing. So when it comes to store of value, the store of value play applies to BTC. Would we like it to apply to some of others? Yes. People need to use it as a store of value, but you're not seeing that with the other ones yet. It's just not happening. And so people are like, well, why is BTC so popular? Because the debt clocks around the globe are freaking going up. Expenses like housing, cars, food, fuel, energy costs are all high. Governments are stacking on debt. People are stacking on debt. Trillions and trillions of dollars are being printed. Money printer go burr. So because of that, people are like, look, if I'm in the UK and we have 3.7 trillion in debt and it's going up and up and up. Look at homegirl cry. Look, she's just roar in. So if I'm the UK and I'm saying, how do you hedge against that? How do you hedge against the pound? Gold, silver, real estate, Bitcoin, things that are store of value, right? Same thing. Germany. Got a lot of German fans watching right now. Having the same problem. Housing is crazy expensive. Right? What if the euro starts slipping? And it has. We've seen the euro slip. How do you hedge against that? You got to have long-term store of values. Canada, I got a lot of Canadian friends. Reverend Funky watches all the time. Hope you're feeling better, my guy. But look at Canada. We know what's happened to the Canadian dollar. That has totally eroded price-wise. And inflation has gone crazy high in Canada. How do you hedge against that? Real estate? Real estate's super expensive. Yeah, if you own a house in Canada, rock on, you're doing good, but it's super expensive to buy. Indonesia, Mexico, Russia, we all are in the same boat with our government screwing up. We're racking up a lot of debt, and people are looking for the store of value play. Yes, moving money is awesome. Yes, moving money cheaply is awesome. But not everyone can participate in moving money cheaply, and it's not something that's super insane in demand. But what is in demand is a store of value. Michael Saylor buying another $500 million of Bitcoin by converting senior notes. Come on now. So look, I bring the news whether it's good or bad, happy or sad. And right now, the big fear in the globe is inflation and fiat just eroding. The value of fiat, no matter what country you live in, just being worthless, right? That your country's in so much debt that it defaults. That's why people are flocking to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is kind of like that global currency, that global store of value. If you're hanging out and you're in El Salvador and you're like, you know what, our currency really isn't doing so hot, so I could start doing some store of value in Bitcoin, you're ahead. African countries, same thing. You're in Canada, right? What are your options to fight the Canadian dollar's erosion? You can move to Mexico where your money goes further, right? But then you're just fighting that battle over and over and over again. Real estate's expensive. Food, everything is freaking expensive out there. Store of value is the reason why BTC is so high and remaining high. Like knocking on ATHs all the time high. Meanwhile, the rest of the crypto market, some are doing good and some are just sucking ass. And you know what? Because people are looking for use cases. There's more need for store of value right now than there is of anything else out there in the world. Are other things popping? Yes, of course they are. Are they tied to AI? Yeah. Are they tied to some exchanges? Yeah, they are. They are. But certain things are slipping and certain things are popping. But not everyone can sit here and go, you know what? I'm gonna hodl XLM because that's what I'm gonna use to fight inflation. No, there's people playing that XLM pool. They're speculators, just like you're seeing with XRP. It's the majority of people that are speculators. Are there speculators in Bitcoin? Yes, there are. But there's a shitload more people into store of value for Bitcoin. Look at Saylor. He doesn't give an F what the price is because he's like, you know what? I'm seriously afraid that the US dollar is going to go to crap. But guess what? I'm going to have all this BTC that's going to be worth all this so that if it ever does happen, I'm hedged against it. So like as all these debt things just build up, as all this debt stuff gets worse, as interest rates stay higher for longer, which we've seen that's going to happen now that the CPI and PPI came out that were both bad. We watch macros on this channel. If you got something above your head and you're still watching right now, nice. But that's the situation we're facing. Moving money was a sexy buzzword a couple years ago, but now people don't give a crap about that because inflation is scaring people. Why do you think AI is so big? Because AI can fight inflation by saving companies money. How many companies can utilize AI technology right now to save them money? How many companies could use crypto to save them money? Not as many. Are there some? Yes, there are. But like how many companies out there could literally use an AI chatbot, remove some of their customer service, let go of those people and use AI? How many companies out there could use AI for art and have it pass the mustard for most of the stuff? Is it going to be the best art? No, of course not. But it's going to do enough to what? Do like digital prints and junk like that? Come on. Companies can save from AI, and that's why there's more money going to AI. More money is going into BTC, BTC ETFs, store of value play right there. So that's the news, whether it's good or bad, happy or sad. Race day, like I said, is less than 2 days away. And we're going to find out what my limit is, or I'm going to help someone else find theirs. Gonna keep pounding the old electrolytes. I've been carb loading already with my white rice and soy sauce. Yummy. I will catch you cool cats later as more news breaks.